Good morning everybody. So I've started work on the car. I haven't actually done any recording yet because I've just been busy cracking on, but first thing to show you, making some progress on that rear arch section. So got the piece of alley in, well, mocked in, trimmed that rear section to meet the arch, and it's going to form that kind of shape. So I want to crack on carrying on with that. Quick update then, as I've been so rubbish at recording today. First of all, done some work to these nose cone mounts, so they are actually now completely held to the car at the bottom and at the top, and the nose cone is held at the top here as well. Just need to put something in at the bottom. Drive side arch infill is basically done. It needs obviously the extra rivets in there to make it look pretty and hold it firmly, but that design is done. And basically the same round this side. Again, just need some more rivets in it to tidy up the look, but I'm all about just kind of making sure everything works today. That's all I've got done so far. It's taken a hell of a lot longer than you'd expect because I've been able to actually work stuff out as I go, but I'm happy, and that's a big step in progress. I need to make some top panels as well. Not going to do that today. I want to have a think about that. Probably get some more cardboard to properly mock it up before I do them. Also, just ordered some new headlights. Did have some new headlights that I was going to use, but decided they're not going to work the way I want them to, so they'll be going up for sale. Got loads I can be getting on with, but I really just fancy now getting rid of those pod indicators on the top because I'm not sure I like them. So these are the indicators I'm on about, and I'm sure they're perfectly fine, but I'm not sure, so I'm just going to take this one off and have a look, possibly look at replacing it just with a little button indicator. So I've not been recording a lot this morning so far, but I have been cracking on with some work. Sorting out the droop on this arch. It was dropping down at the bottom here. That's all now sorted. I just put another brace from the floor of the arch to the floor of the car, and that's worked. Also sorted out another bit of a brace there. So that's sorted out the radiator, and now just working on mocking up the intercooler, which, as you can see, is ridiculously massive, but I think I can make it work by angling it back like that, and then the nose cone will just sit nicely over it. Just got to work out now some brackets for it. So progress is really slow at the moment, and that's not because I'm not out here doing stuff, it's just because everything that I'm doing takes a lot of time. The progress is there though, the critical progress is there. There's absolutely no way the car is going to be finished ready for Stoneleigh, but there's still a hope it will be drivable ready for Stoneleigh. So if I can get this intercooler mounted up and get the engine wired up, and the couple of critical bits on the rear end done, then I'll be able to get it down to Steve, get it mapped, and drive it half finished over to Stoneleigh. Nothing new there. The car's never been in a finished state any year that it's appeared at Stoneleigh, so nothing will be new. So I managed to sort out the bottom intercooler brackets, like so. Need to do a couple more at the top here. And then that will be the intercooler mounted. So that's about where I'm going to have to call it quits for today though. It's Easter Sunday, so I've got to go do some family stuff now. Yeah, it's getting there. Once the intercooler's mounted, then I can start putting everything back on the engine, wire the engine up, and get around to a first start. Hey everyone, so I'm not actually out here working on the car today, but I've just nipped out because I've had some parts turn up this week that I couldn't resist just coming out and having a look to see how they're going to look on the car. One of the things I've had turn up, headlight. And this is just a bit of a sneak peek of what I'm going to do with it. I'm very excited by that. You might not really be, but wait and see. The other things I've had turn up is a couple of silicon bends for the intercooler, because I needed new ones to mount that, and I wasn't sure how they were going to fit, if the intercooler was going to fit, etc. So I'm really pleased to say that they do. And you can see just nicely they are the perfect size and angle, and give me plenty of clearance to the top of the bonnet. So I'm really pleased with both those purchases. I made those last weekend while I was out here working, and yeah, a bit of a on the spur of the moment thing, and they've both worked out really well, so I'm really happy with that. So today's Saturday. I am going to be out here again tomorrow, actually doing some work. I think I might be out here later. I don't know what's going on yet, but we were meant to be going out, but it looks like that's not happening, so I'll let you know. So it's Sunday morning now. I didn't get back out yesterday afternoon. Today then, plan is to get the intercooler top brackets sorted, and then I'm going to move on to the final assembly of the engine. So getting the turbo mounted, the inlet mounted, getting it all plumbed up and getting it ready basically for a first start. Probably won't reach the first start today. I've got to do the whole new engine wiring loom on top of that to be able to start it. I've also realised this morning I've not actually bought the coolant I need yet. For now, let's get on and get that intercooler finalised. Okay, so the intercooler now is fully mounted. One top bracket, another top bracket, and the two bottom brackets. So now the intercooler's on there, I'm going to take the bonnet off. I'm going to start putting on the inlet manifold, the turbo, and all the pipe work. One of the jobs I've got to do as part of this is change these injectors. So these were Subaru Impreza 440cc injectors, which I didn't have the right plugs for at the time, and just made up these looms, which I've battered now, but they worked fine. Problem is I need now bigger injectors, so I've actually gone for some 540cc injectors, just a little bit bigger, going to give me that little bit more flow, and I've got the right plugs for them this time, so I'm going to take the fuel rail out and change these injectors. That's the fuel rail off. Also need to change this fuel pressure regulator. The standard Sierra one is just 2.5 bar, so we've got an aftermarket 3 bar one that we're going to replace that with. So the new injectors recently cleaned by Injector and showing a nice even 540cc per injector. These guys come with the wrong size O-rings on them, so they need changing for the right ones. They're actually mostly stayed in the fuel rail, so we'll just take that guy off, take that one off because we don't need it either. And then that should not push in there. That was stupid. Don't do this to me. Okay, so that's the injectors in the fuel rail. Also had to take the nut off there to be able to fit the new fuel regulator, and had to adjust the tie downs in order to get these injectors to fit. I thought they were the same length, but apparently slightly different, so there you go. So one of the issues I had last time was a small water leak from this water passage, so what I'm going to do is put some Permatex Super Blue on both sides of the gasket. Right, and then get this on the car. That's inlet manifold sort of on. It needs obviously now plumbing and wiring up. I've just sort of quickly dumped stuff on to get it out of the way. But the next thing I'll do is I'll go and grab the turbo, and battery went flat on the other camera, so I've just switched cameras. So one of the things that I hadn't realised was that this outlet of the intercooler isn't going to line up anywhere near as well as I thought it might with the throttle body. So I've got a few silicon bends that might work for that, but I might end up having to buy some more. So before I put the turbo on, there's a couple of jobs to do. Got to change the actuator to the new one, and also got to just put on some fittings that for the oil for the coolant. So we'll get those done now. Okay, so that's the turbo now already. Got both coolant feeds on, oil feed, oil return, and the old heat shield. Last thing to do, put it back on the manifold with a new gasket. Well, there we go. There is now a turbo back on my Pinto. So there's still a lot of work to do to get it all plumbed up and ready to run again. But it's good progress today. Not as much as I would have liked, but you know, things take longer than you expect sometimes. That's where we'll end this video then. So as always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and remember you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Car Fossil and all that stuff. Thanks for watching.